Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Special edition of our ASTV Sportscast, as always, every month with Sport Manitoba. Today's guest, Chef de Mission, Mr. Drew Todd. Drew, Niagara Falls, Ontario, correct?
Yes, that is correct. But more the whole Niagara region, but Niagara Falls is kind of the centerpiece, yeah.
Quite a serene atmosphere. Certainly something in the waiting. How long have we waited for these games to actually finally begin?
Yeah, well, I mean, generally you wait about 4 years because you're on the same cycle, kind of like an Olympic Games, right? But unfortunately, when the pandemic hit, they just realized that it wasn't feasible to run the games in the normal time frame, so had to postpone the games an extra year. So I think the last summer games we had was 2017. Now it's the summer of 2022. So in total, 5 years, some of these athletes have been waiting for this opportunity.
Absolutely tremendous feeling, I'm sure. Before we get to that, Drew, your position with Sport Manitoba currently, Chef de Mission, but also when you're back in the office at 145 Pacific is?
I am the senior games manager.
There we go. So there we go. Drew has figured out what's going on. Let's talk about these games because in Niagara, like you said, the whole area, Canada Games finally underway. Started on August the 6th, runs to the 21st, I believe. What is the atmosphere like in the area? I mean, it's going to be super exciting, lots of energy.
Oh, yeah, it's completely electric here. I think a lot of us have been going without major sport events for so long that we're almost unaccustomed to it. But when you see the athletes getting together with one another, just cheering each other on, wearing their colors, running around the campus, it's amazing. This feeling is coming back, and I think we're all having a really good time and really enjoying ourselves.
Team Toba representing how many athletes? Do you know off by hand?
Total, we have 370 athletes.
And some of them are as young as 11 years old, correct?
Yes.
And the oldest?
31. Yeah.
That's a tremendous age group. And some of these athletes also have done this for more than 1 year. Some returning athletes as well. So tremendous feeling. What was it like opening ceremonies, kind of just getting everybody all together, representing all the provinces and territories?
Yeah, the opening ceremonies are always pretty cool, right? Because everybody wears the same kit, their walkout uniform. So you see the different colors coming in. They're sitting with one another, cheering their own, team cheers they've been planning. Even in the staging area, we're getting into it with some of the other provinces, seeing who can be the loudest and who can have the best time. But when you really walk out, every athlete, every coach gets the opportunity to do that. The march of athletes, the parade of athletes going into the arena and just waving their flags, making some noise, and frankly, watching a pretty good show afterwards. So it was a really good time, and that's really the kickoff of the game. So after that, it's all competition.
Did you shed any tears, Drew? Be honest.
Oh, no.
Happy tears?
Yeah, only when I watched The Notebook. Yeah. Yeah, no, just a little bit. I have to say, yeah, I'd be lying if I said didn't bring a tear to my eye because it's been a long time coming for a lot of us, and it's just really cool to see.
When were you appointed the position of Chef de Mission for the Team Toba here?
I was appointed back in late September of 2021. So I will admit that I kind of joined this process a little bit late, but I was involved in the Canada Games in another role with a different province ahead of that. So I have been personally waiting quite a while, but I know that many people on Team Manitoba's mission staff here, they've been working on this for years and years and years. So, I'm really kind of, lucky to take advantage of all the work that they put in.
Of course, finally coming to fruition, August 6th, currently to the 21st. Give us some updates on Team Manitoba and how they fared so well in some of the games.
Yeah, it's we can go on for I think it's the fourth full day of competition, and we're playing great so far. We won our very first medal yesterday, so silver in triathlon with Anya Kruger, which was awesome to see. And then right after in the pool, we also had a nice little run with a couple gold medals from Mia West and Tegan Purvis. And actually, Mia's sister, Haley, got a bronze medal. So, we're doing well. I love what we're doing in lacrosse. We're currently 3-0 in female box lacrosse. First time ever in the games. We've played the very first game. So things are going well. We're progressing, and we can't wait to see what comes later this week when we really kick it into most of the medal rounds.
Let's look at some of these pictures that have been graciously been given, Drew. Let's start off with, as this loads up, we got the pictures of the flag bearer. Is this from this past in the arena on the 6th?
Yeah, just a few days ago there on Saturday. So that's Erica Vermette. She was selected as our opening ceremonies flag bearer. Just a tremendous athlete. She's represents the sport of beach volleyball, and couldn't be lucky to have a better ambassador. So she was in there waving the flag. The athletes were following in, making some noise. You can see some great headgear there from our softball team. They got the bison hats on, so we're having a good time. And it's that was a good night.
For sure. Let's go to the next one. We got actually, this is the box lacrosse and the baseball, I see.
Yeah, so like I said, the very first game ever for female box lacrosse, it was us against Saskatchewan, and man, that is a fun sport to watch, I tell you that. So they were going at it back and forth pretty good, but happy to say that we prevailed. Big 3-2 win, and they're on a roll, and we're looking to look pretty good in that podium potential there. Baseball as well. I mean, how can you have a bad day out of the park, right? So the guys are just they're really hyped up to be here, and I think we had to start off our week with a big W there in baseball.
Fabulous. So the women's lacrosse is vicious as the men's lacrosse?
Oh, it might be worse. I don't know how they come back and they can hold up the stick after a while with how slashes they take. It's amazing. Yeah, they're tough girls. That is absolutely true.
Ice baths, contrast therapy, and training for sure after those games, no
That's
doubt.
right. Yeah.
We see the triathlon here as well, working on the bike and some tennis.
Yep, triathlon, like I said, had a really good show in there. So we got silver, and we got the team try later this week. So we're looking forward to that. Tennis, I mean, they're out at Niagara on the lake, and I think anybody who's been to the Niagara region knows how beautiful that city is. So they might have the most beautiful sights and views down in that area. So they had a boys doubles, I think, pulled out a big win earlier this morning. So happy to see that.
That's awesome. And last but not least, the pool here for the Canada Games. Is this near Niagara on the lake as well?
Actually, that's basically right in the Athletes Village at Brock University. So wicked campus, big 50-meter pool. And as you can see, swimming is always just a bit of an organized chaos. Everybody's in the pool at the same time, going back and forth. Events constantly going. But it's fun to see. There's always action going on in the pool. And I think we've done well so far, and we can't wait to see what else is going to happen later this week.
Awesome. So Brock University's been the center hub for the Athletes Village, you're saying?
Yeah, that's correct.
Awesome. So, 370 Manitoba athletes. Everything's in a close proximity to the university, if I take it correct. Niagara's not that far away.
Yeah, that's a really nice thing about games like this. You're not driving too far. So I would say probably from the center of St. Catharines with Brock, we're going maybe 15, 20 minutes at the longest venue. And
awesome.
So if you want to get out there and see multiple sports in one day, not going to have an issue at all.
If you're in the area, of course, you want to represent Team Toba. You want to get some of the kit. I'm obviously going to wear yellows and blacks for sure. But if you can't catch it live, how do we follow what's going on with the team, the games, and from a Team Toba perspective?
Definitely follow along with us on social media. Our comms team is out there with our Instagram at Team Toba, posting updates daily on our website. Putting out a newsletter every day too. So it's really cool what we're doing there. A lot of cool initiatives, and always going to have the results there for everybody.
Fantastic, Drew. Thank you so much for joining us. Before I let you go, I don't want to put you on the spot, but I kind of have to. Favorite sport you like during the Canada Games, and favorite 15 seconds of fame so far?
Oh, geez. Yeah. Ask me to pick between my children here. I'll give the diplomatic answer, and we'll say the beach volleyball, because that's where our flag bearer is playing. So it's always a party out on the beach and having a good time. Yeah.
From a chef de mission perspective, what do you do with the rest of the provinces? Do you mingle? Like, do you discuss, future events? What is your preparation from representing Team Toba on a whole, but also making sure the athletes are well taken care of as well?
Yeah, we kind of operate as a team. Obviously, we're friendly competition with one another, but I think that we all recognize that games like this can't exist unless the other provinces and territories are on the same side and helping one another, supporting each other. So, we connect every single day at a meeting, and nice to even just networking opportunities throughout the day. It's really cool to meet people from all over the country in the sport industry.
Fabulous news. Thanks, Drew, very much for taking the time. I know you got to get back out there. Is it sunny out there today in Niagara?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Had a little bit of rain yesterday, but back to the heat wave later this week, so it'll be good.
Back to the heat, he says. Drew Todd, chef de mission for Team Toba. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Appreciate it, Theo. You have a good one.
Take care, everyone. And thanks for watching, everybody here. We'll be back next month. Again, August 6th through 21st. Canada Games. Check it out. Instagram at Team Toba. Follow all the latest and greatest of our province representing here in the Canada Games. Thanks so much.